Well, do you know who's transporting your mail? The I-Team found that sometimes not even the Postal Service knows. And when trucks like that are hauling mail and they crash, the deadly crash like the one we saw near Terrell, the U.S. Postal Service is not keeping track of it. Our I-Team's Brian New is back tonight with an investigation into a system with deadly gaps.
At inspection sites along highways across the country, big rigs are pulled over and checked.
Good morning, driver.
How you doing?
Good, sir, with the Texas Highway Patrol.
From the lights.
Yeah, these are going to be disc.
To the brakes.
Okay, you can release.
From the driver's license.
Is everything correct on your driver's license?
To the driver's logs.
Where are you headed to?
Inspectors make sure safety rules are followed. But the Florida-based trucking company Hope Trans LLC failed more than a third of its inspections in the past 2 years. That's well above the national average.
You heard the crash. It was a big boom.
And when one of its trucks caused the fatal crash near Terrell in June, it was the company's fourth injury-causing crash in a year. How do we know all this? It's all online on the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's website. Anyone can see it. But is the U.S. Postal Service even looking?
The post office has no visibility on this, and their rules push all the responsibility to the broker.
Here's how it works. The Postal Service hires a carrier or broker to move mail. That broker can then subcontract the job to another trucking company. And that's where the oversight breaks down. A 2024 government audit found the Postal Service did not always know who was authorized to transport the mail. That's because brokers don't have to report who they hire or how they check those companies' safety records. In the case of the Terrell crash, the Postal Service had contracted the route to a broker called Covenant. Covenant then subcontracted it to Hope Trans LLC.
Did the post office even know that Hope Trans was transporting their mail?
Not until after this wreck, I'll bet.
Is that a problem?
Very much so.
But it goes further. That same audit found the Postal Service did not track contractor accidents and fatalities. Had they done this, the auditor says the Postal Service would have found between 2018 and 2022 at least 373 accidents, resulting in 89 fatalities from 43 different contractors.
When is enough enough? And when are they going to recognize that the problem lies with hiring these negligent companies?
Abigail and her brother Christian Godinez of Gillette, Wyoming, know the pain. In June 2022, a semi slammed into their family's SUV on I-25 near Denver. Their parents, along with their brother, his fiancée, and their 3-month-old daughter were all killed. According to the family's lawsuit, the trucking company had no insurance, the driver had no commercial license, and the truck's brakes were defective. The trucking company Lucky 22 Inc. was subcontracted to haul mail for the Postal Service. And like Hope Trans LLC, Lucky 22 had a history of safety issues. Lucky 22 has since shut down, and those behind the company haven't responded to our requests for comment.
To know that there's a family that's going through what we're going through, it's hard because that's what we want to prevent.
After their families crashed, the Godinezes wrote Congress asking for change, and lawmakers listened.
3 generations, Mr. Speaker, of that family lost their lives in one tragic incident.
In March, led by Virginia Congressman Gary Connolly, the House passed the Mail Traffic Death Reporting Act of 2025. It would require the Postal Service to track and report fatal crashes involving mail hauling trucks.
This is a long overdue bill that will save lives.
The bill passed the House with bipartisan support, but in the Senate, it's been sitting for 5 months. No hearing, no vote.
How many more is it going to take for them to realize that there is a problem that they need to fix, that needs to be fixed in order to save lives?
We reached out to all 15 senators on that committee that the bill was assigned. The staffs of all of them told us that they plan on reviewing the bill. But Nicole, no one could give us a clear answer as to why that hasn't happened yet. Congressman Gary Connolly, who led the push to the House, died in May, and without him, the bill lost its most visible supporter. So far, no one in the Senate has stepped up to sponsor the bill.
Yeah, that part of it is tough, Brian, for sure. But I am curious about the Postal Service. You know, have they had anything to say about that 2024 audit?
Yeah, they did. The Postal Service management said that they agree with all the recommendations. But when the audit was made public, none of those changes had been made. We also reached out to the Postal Service to ask if they were aware that Covenant had subcontracted that job out to Hope Trans LLC. The Postal Service issued us this written statement in response. Its contractors are required to comply with all state and federal laws. The Postal Service is aware of this accident, which is the subject of an ongoing investigation. We cannot comment further at this time. Nicole?
Something that may or may not impact all of us, but something we learned about tonight. We always learn a lot with you guys. Brian New with the I-Team, thank you so much.